Today, kids, we have a eulogy, a funeral for the greatest artist to ever live. Unfortunately, a few days ago, we lived through the tragic death of Kanye West. And in the wake of his death, a monster made of such incomprehensible evil now wears him like a bodysuit. I want to take a look at two different people here. Kanye West as he was from the start of his music career up until the release of Donda, and Ye, who took over afterwards. One of these people, I and many others, can directly attribute to making our lives genuinely better, and the other made vultures too and desperately needs to log off of Twitter. So sit back, relax, get a tissue if you need it. Today we will be mourning the death of the greatest rapper of all time and picking apart just what can be learned from this situation here. For years I've been a diehard Kanye stan, and I mean like diehard, like I was out fighting for this man's life after the Alex Jones incident 2.5-ish years ago. See, little did any of us know back then just how bad things were going to get. Now one could go and say the warning signs that Kanye was always going to crash out like this were always there. So, like, congratulations, I guess someone's life is completely ruined and hundreds of millions of people who have been inspired by him are completely heartbroken over seeing one of our greatest heroes completely destroy himself. But hey, you know, at least you saw it coming, didn't you? Before anyone else did. Seriously, the people that give his fans shit over not seeing this coming are just, like, the absolute worst. Like, sorry we had faith that this amazingly talented person could change his behaviors and be the person we always believed he could be. I guess pessimism wins this time. Before we go any further, I want to point out that not even 2% of the people who watch my videos are subscribed. I'm trying to get monetized soon, so 1,000's the goal. If you're having a good time watching this video, drop a subscribe, that's the thing to do. By this point, I'm sure we're all aware of what Ye's been saying on Twitter. If not, here's a quick 10-second recap. Fascist, racist, sexism, free Diddy, Virgil, dear Lord. I mean, that's not even a comprehensive list here. We very well could have, like, gone on or gone in depth. I know it's been said to death, but it's just so depressing watching one of the greats just completely fall apart like this. I'm gonna get a little conspiratorial here because I haven't seen anyone bring up this idea yet. Personally, and I have no evidence to back this up, I think the specific Kanye crash out got triggered by all the backlash from his wife Bianca's Grammy outfit. Well, I mean, like, the lack thereof an outfit. We saw him posting on Instagram right before he started crashing out, reveling and all the attention he was getting, seemingly enjoying it, but most of that attention was pretty negative, and I think the idea that any attention is good attention has a limit, and Kanye absolutely crossed it. I mean, like, things were relatively calm for him over the last few months, then all of a sudden we shoot from a 2 to a 10 in a matter of days. I could be completely wrong about this, but if I'm not, I still think the Grammy incident probably serves more as a straw that broke the camel's back event more than this is the one thing that made him snap and start saying the most outlandish stuff possible. So if the Grammys was his final straw, what's the real reason behind Kanye going further off the deep end than he ever has before? Yeezy's had a real problem for years with who he's let in his own personal circle. I think we all remember that not even a year ago, some of his closest people, I don't even want to say friends, were getting him hooked on nitrous and then going off and, like, robbing him. I don't know if it was ever deconfirmed or not, but there were even rumors that Bianca was either complicit or taking place in the robberies too. Kanye hasn't really had a good circle of people since I want to say either 2016 or 2019, and really that's his own fault. So many leaked clips have come out of Kanye just, like, completely lashing out on the people that he's supposed to call his friends. I mean, one of the biggest Kanye memes is literally him lashing out on the people closest to him.
Ain't no motherfucking game, man. It's like 8 hours left to this shit. No fucking chuckling and nothing, no kind of way. Alright, play off the grid.
That clip's from the Donda era, the most peace we've ever seen Kanye, and he's still doing this shit then. Kanye said himself after the dust started to settle on his Twitter storm that he's alone and has been for years. It never had to be that way though. Kim didn't leave him because she fell out of love with him, but in my personal opinion, there's no such thing as too much difference between literally anyone in the Kardashians, but he pushed his really close friends away too. Jay-Z, Kid Cudi, you know, his role model and the person he took under his wing. Where he stands with these two isn't super certain. He may still be on good terms with Cudi again, but that seems to change every 6 months. And as much as I love Ty Dolla $ign's music, he's absolutely an enabler. But time and time again, Kanye shows us just what happens when even the most talented people push away the people that care enough about you to criticize your bad behavior. And truly, this is super important. Stop whatever else you're doing and listen. If you take anything from this Kanye drama, it should be to understand the value of having people in your life that love you enough to not let you make the wrong choices. You know, I'm actually happy this video took me so long to get out because as I was writing this, the situation's changed. The last few days, Kanye's been disabling and enabling his Twitter periodically, and on February 19th, Ye tweeted out saying that he's not a This, of course, being in stark contrast to him saying a few days ago prior that he was indeed a and I've seen a whole lot of people saying that this is Ye getting better, coming from a diehard Kanye stan who's spent roughly $1,000 on Yeezy clothes. No, he's not getting better in the slightest. I don't believe redemption is impossible for anyone, Kanye included, but him saying he's not a doesn't in the slightest begin to undo the absolute disaster he caused. Honestly, I don't know what it would take for Kanye to redeem himself here. Or even if he can, I mean, some people can go so far off the deep end to the point where they just can't make a comeback. I hate to say it, but this isn't the guy that made Graduation anymore. This is the guy huffing nitrous, hanging out with white supremacists, and worst of all, while he may have made Graduation decades prior, nowadays, this is the guy that made Husband. I want to be wrong here. I want to see Ye come back and admit he was wrong, go the distance to make things better with the communities he hurt. I want to hear him say Diddy is evil. I mean, geez, with all the anti-Diddy symbolism in some of his songs like No More Parties in LA, and him calling Diddy a Fed before the Free Diddy stuff made like the least amount of sense. Actually, no, the Virgil stuff made the least amount of sense. If you guys have never heard it before, go look up the song Brothers. It's a scrapped version of the song Violent Crimes where Kanye talks about how much he loves Virgil, and he literally breaks down crying in it. After this video, of course. On the subject of Kanye flip-flopping, I want to talk about a theme that's been very consistent throughout his entire career. I mean, there's one thing in particular that's been both so poetic and so consistent to the point it's like actually creepy. That one thing being that what is given to you can always be taken away. We've all heard the song Through the Wire, right? It's the one where he raps about his car crash in 2002. In the Kanye documentary Genius on Netflix, we actually see a clip of him talking about this where he says that he heard God say to him, "What I gave you can be taken away." And for decades, we have seen this play out with Kanye. It happened to him when he went up on stage at the VMAs and stole Taylor Swift's time. It happened when he said slavery was a choice. It happened when he went on Alex Jones's podcast. I mean, he lost billions when he said that. Yeah, he eventually made most of it back eventually, but he only did that because he actively tried to rebuild his reputation. When he does stupid things like this, we see for ourselves living proof that all good things can be taken away. And that's not just a Kanye thing either. This is something that could happen to any of us. So please count your blessings every single day because you never know when things could be gone. So with Kanye's Twitter storm seemingly and hopefully over, what exactly happens next? Honestly, I have no idea. His albums Bully and Vultures 3 are still expected to drop this year, and I'm sure they'll still get millions of listens. I mean, despite everything, I know I'll still be listening. Obviously, it's a separate the art from the artist type of thing now, and I think it's gonna stay that way for the rest of Ye's life. I don't think that anything he says or does will ever be able to bring his reputation back to what it even was during like the Vultures 1 era, let alone ever being remotely close to what it was back in the 2000s and 2010s. I love Kanye's music, and I have full intentions of continuing to listen to the music that changed my life despite how nasty of a person that Ye is today. As unlikely as I think it is that he'll ever actually do it, I hope he at least tries to redeem himself. I want to see him be the Kanye I remember him as, but I'm not gonna hold my breath waiting for that either. The man before us today is a really great artist and a completely horrible person at the same time, and most likely he'll stay that way. I think for all of us that enjoy his music, we can take a bit of comfort in knowing it's totally okay to just like the art he produces and not like him as a person. Because it's not like we all have to actually interact with him every day. We're all nobodies. Our opinions on him don't matter in the slightest. I'm still gonna be rocking my Yeezys, and I'm still gonna be turning the volume all the way up in my car when All Day comes on. Because as people, we have the ability to not judge a person by the art they make. Okay, so for the second time here, I'm happy this video took so long to make because even more news has come out. So Ye's once again back on the nitrous. Should preface this first, my source for this is the New York Post, so a little grain of salt is necessary here, though after seeing the Yeezy Super Bowl ad, I mean, I was thinking when I saw that he was back on the nitrous. According to the New York Post, he got back on nitrous after coming back from Japan, and his memory is just like completely shot at this point, which is what we thought we narrowly avoided over the summer when he was on it for the first time. Yeah, that's done and over. Sources are saying that these Twitter rants came after coming down from the gas, which I don't think needs to be said. That's still no excuse. One last update, Ye reposted an article talking about him on nitrous, so yeah, from the horse's mouth, it's true. true. I could keep going on this, but there really isn't a point. I mean, it's really just getting more tragic the more we go, and we've got enough here to really derive something to take out of this situation. So this was a bit different from my typical videos. I normally stick with like one core thing we can learn from whatever stupid internet drama is going on, but in typical Kanye fashion, it's got to be different from the rest. There's two things that I think everyone should be able to take away from this all here. One, don't surround yourself with people that make your life an echo chamber. And two, everything that has been given to you can always be taken away. Running through the first one real quick, we are all human. We all make really stupid choices and think really stupid things sometimes. Whether you are the greatest rapper of all time or a normal, regular person, the value of someone calling you out on your shit is priceless. And admittedly, I wish people in my own life would do it to me more, because I have some really stupid ideas quite frequently. Healthy doses of criticism lead to us all being our best. It's like the iron sharpens iron thing, you know? Okay, the super deep and thought-provoking one now. I touched on it earlier. You never really know when life could just straight up end. Like, really, we all could just die at any second. We have no guarantee we'll keep getting all the things we take for granted in life every single day. If you so much as wake up in the morning, you have been gifted an opportunity. That is not something everyone gets. Enjoy your blessings while you have them, because just like Ye, you could never truly know when you will just be torn away from all of it at any moment. This was a long one. Kanye's art has been pretty important to me for a very long time, so I wanted to do my due diligence here. But yeah, do me a huge favor and drop a subscribe. Like I said in the beginning, only like 1.7 of my viewers are actually subscribed. The more people that go out and subscribe, the more I'll be able to make these videos. Full-time YouTube's the dream, so if you want more videos like this, that's the best way to get it. But anyways, that is it for me, guys. See ya.